Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna do a Hdr Merge tutorial. So I have a bright layer, but that looks washed out. So I'm gonna click on this layer and on the darkest layer for the window and a middle exposure for like details that this one is missing. Drag them all into Photoshop. Um, so I lighten shadows a bit on this layer. Let me just say that default. So the only thing I did on the bright layer was lighten up some more shadows here, like that. Then I hold shift and select all of them. So if you're on this layer and you hold shift and click at the last layer, then it selects in between them as well. And now we can open images. If I'm going too fast, then you can just pause the video and follow me step by step, because this is probably like the 5th time that I'm making this video. Okay, so stack, and then you want to go in Expo Blend Tools and then click on Hdr Merge. Okay, so we have a balanced image here, so it balanced out all our details from all the layers. And the layers that we have here is our contrast. To add some contrast, you can change this to overlay to add more contrast, but I'm going to leave it on soft light. And then we have our restore shadows layer here, which is to lighten up shadows. If you open this, click on the arrow, and you can see that I have levels here. Double click on the levels, on the name levels, and then take this input slider, the white one, to the left. That will lighten more shadows, but just watch your highlights. You don't want to damage the highlights, so just go a bit and then okay. Next thing that I want to do is do a window pull. Now when you're doing it with a flash, then it's easy. You just set it to darken mode and brush. But when you don't have a flash, then you kind of have to do either a lasso selection or you have to try and add a mask. So I'm just going to work with the masks. I'm going to delete. I unlock this layer because I'm going to work on the layer as well. But what I'm going to do now is delete the layer mask and then click on blend dark. Bring up your levels. Take your input slider, the white one, again to the left. Watch your window. Get that nice detail in there and then stop. Click OK. Now click on the layer and then you bring up levels again and then you do the same thing. That will brighten up that layer there, the outside details. So I'm watching this wall here and the outside. I don't want to lose too much on the outside. I just want to make it kind of natural, nice and contrasty. But I also want to blow out this wall a bit. So something like that. Okay. Now I want to press Control G to group it, or on a Mac it's Command G, and now it's in a group. Now I can click on this mask brush. It will add a black mask to that and choose your brush tool for you. And then we can start brushing in our window detail. Get that plant also in there. So if I want to move in a straight line here, I'm gonna need to click on this end, hold shift, go to the top and click shift, and click again while holding down shift, like that. Then I can just go this side as well, and then make my brush bigger again, which I'm using on the keyboard, the two brackets next to the P. It's the square brackets, if that's what you call them, and then just brush in the rest of your window detail. And let's see how it looks. Okay, that's fine. It's not bad. It's better than what we had before and better than selecting all those bars. And now we can flatten our layers and then do some camera raw. So Control Shift A, or if you're on a Mac, it's Command Shift A for Apple on a Mac. Yeah, I did. Okay. So lighten shadows. Let's lighten shadows. I feel like lightning shadows kind of forces that shadow up there if you go too far, and it looks like you forced it. So maybe like blacks, and then I think you can push it kind of far. Well, this all depends what you like in your image, in your done image. So I'm just going to play with a few sliders. Might not be how you like it, but this part you can do whatever you want. Dehaze. So I think like that is fine. But now when I added dehaze, it made my colors warmer. So I'm gonna go to the Hsl adjustments and then take down the orange and the yellow. Something like that. I think maybe I need some whites pushed up here as well. Something like that. And now let me just see something. Do I need more yellows down? Let's see. Or orange. Maybe a bit of orange and yellows. For this side here, looks a bit warm. Okay, I think that's fine. And then Shift and T, it shows there for transform. And what we want to do is just click at the bottom of the wall, go to the top, and just follow along that line there. I know it's skew, I know the wall is skew, but it's going to pull straight when we get the other side. Now this side, so you just need two lines, one that side and one this side. And there it's straightened out, but I'm a bit skew here. Let me just make it okay like that. Yeah, so that seems fine and okay. And yeah, that's how you do your Hdr merge. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Cheers.